Ain't got a watch on, but you already know what time it is. It's God Tier Podcast, the coolest battle rap podcast in the world, live on No Jumper, back with another fucking installment with my co-host.
Used to play with my nose jugging in the trap wired. Now we in the cut with Diz and Sahtyre. Come on, man.
Yes,
you play upon the Lush Uno.
Yes, sir.
With one of the most important artists, most influential rappers in the entire Los Angeles scene. Those that know, and those that don't are finna know. That's pretty much the way I would describe you. I don't like to use the word like slept on because that connotates that you don't get flowers or recognition because you do. You be out there and people that know not too many people can share a stage with you. Not too many people can share a record with you, and you're just an original creative entity.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. What's poppin'?
Man, it's good to have you. Good to have you here, Sat. The first time I met you was, you was pushing that battle rap line real heavy.
Nigga was there at the fucking beginning, at the straight inception of this shit. I remember y'all was on Crenshaw somewhere. It was
51st by the Kemet Wall over there.
Exactly by the Kemet Wall. That was the first time that any of this shit went down that evolved into whatever the fuck it is now. Like, nigga, we was all there. What was that? Madness versus the Source?
Versus No Can.
Versus No Can. That's what it was. Yeah, niggas was there.
Yep. Yeah. Well, it's interesting. So at first for you, was it like, I just want to rap? Why did battle rap? Because battle rap hasn't been in your repertoire of thought for now, over 12 years. You've been
literally
pushing the line on.
Nigga, I just counted. I just fucking counted yesterday for this because it's been 12 years since I battled Madness.
Crazy. We just say fuck 12.
Yeah, fuck 12.
You feel me? I feel like that's 12. An appropriate time.
Yeah, that's the perfect time. But at that time, it wasn't even a thing to me. Like, battle rapping was just like, it was a normal thing that you had to do. Like, it was a rite of passage from where I came from. Like, niggas know I'm from Lamar Park. I'm from Project Blow. I'm from, where the most heavyweight of the fucking most killer lyricists, storytellers, and musicians in the entire world are from. So I was known for being, from that motherfucker, the youngest nigga there. I was 13, 14 when I started killing niggas at the Blow. And it was a necessity. It was a complete prerequisite to kill motherfuckers in battles.
But you were
the corner.
You were dumbass young. You was a puppy.
Baby. No, I was a baby. And so to me, battling was never like, battling was so natural and so just like an extension of rapping. I wasn't even like, I was making beats and shit already, but I wasn't a musician yet. I was a poet. I was a writer. You know what I mean? But I wasn't a musician yet. I was solely focused on the words and the fucking composition of the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? At that point in time,
I was paying attention.
And so, you know what I mean? And so when it came to battling, that was just something you had to do to even like exist on the block that I was on. Like, you ain't allowed to fucking rap in the cypher, nigga, if you can't fucking kill whoever fucking is next to you. No, nigga, you cut me off, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like if you didn't have that type of fucking shark nature killer instinct shit, niggas wasn't fucking with you, especially nigga, I'm 13, 14 years old.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So like, niggas wasn't listening to me. They didn't give a fuck about what I had to say unless you was willing to take it there.
And this is before you had the whole psychedelic Jimi Hendrix rock star. You feel me? Rapping with my shirt off. Got gothic bitches with nail extensions, like my non-existent chest hair. You feel me? Like rubbing me while I rap type shit. Like je ne sais quoi that you got nowadays.
It's way before all of that. That's why it's so beautiful just to see the growth. Because what I was getting at is like, at that point in time, battling was so second nature to me and the homies that when niggas said we gonna have fucking cameras and tell you who you battling, we thought it was a fucking gag.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, What? Because we already
too
fucking
easy.
knew. Yeah, we already fucking knew in the freestyle battle rap scene, nigga, I was going to battle this nigga. I was going to battle Diz, No Can. Me and Dumb were going to go to the battle together and probably end up in the finals together against each other and pay our rent with the fucking money that, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
we knew what that was.
Right.
So this shit was brand new. And niggas is like, yo, check it, you battling Dirtbag Dan on this date in the future.
Yo, that battle was fire.
And it almost.
I never heard no shit of
the
that.
game
At that
was
time,
rigged.
I never heard no shit like that. Yeah, I was like, wait, what? You're telling me this? You know what I'm saying? Like nigga. I was like, I didn't even believe that was true.
Right.
But at the time I was so naive that I didn't realize the level of complexity that actually allowed for. At that time, I didn't give a fuck. I was fucking being what I would call lazy, and I'm not saying this because I respect all of my opponents, but a lot of those battles, nigga, I didn't even try as hard as I should have.
You just wanted to make
And
fun
I
of
still
people.
was scraping
wait,
niggas.
no, but
And
hold
so,
on,
like,
making fun of
hold on,
people.
Hold on. Do you think that played into one of the reasons why I think you were so nice, because you made it look so effortless? In my opinion,
Okay.
that's one of the things that came across about you, is that you were so confident. And you did not take who you did it to Mosh, you did it to Dirt, you did it to all the guys that you battled, where you
that
looked
were like undefeated and shit.
and
I
they were
battled a lot of
trying.
niggas that hadn't
and
lost
they were
when
and they
I
were
battled them.
then they was trying. That's my point. You know what I mean?
Johnny Storm, I think, hadn't lost at the point I battled him.
Right.
I know Dirtbag Dan hadn't lost at the point I battled. It was, and I think you're right. It was a bit of a. It ended up being an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Me feeling so comfortable in even though this was a new atmosphere overall, I didn't even understand that. Like I said, I was so naive. Like, I didn't understand that it was a new environment. To me, it was just, oh, there's a nigga that wants to battle you. Bro, I didn't write as many raps as I should have for any of these battles. I didn't.
Right.
So you're saying
I didn't think of it like that. You know what I mean? I didn't understand.
you made it look effortless because you put in less effort.
That's what I'm saying. Not for, that sounds like I was cheating myself or my opponents. It wasn't that. It was that I didn't fully understand the scale of what the fuck was going on. And to me, it's some shit that I could just do, that you could just do, that we've done.
Right.
I could just fucking walk anywhere right now to this day and battle anybody on the planet, and I'm gonna cook them. At least that's my mindset. So it's like, that was what I was thinking. So, you know, I had bars, but I wasn't thinking like we are now, like this shit is now. That's why I stopped in the first place, because it was in a totally different place than it is now. That shit to me was something that I didn't have any passion about. I'm the most passionate motherfucker that you meet if I give a fuck about it. And I don't do shit that I don't give a fuck about.
Right.
Period. So it's like, the last few battles that I had, I was smoking niggas and didn't even feel like I was giving it my all type of shit. I watch those battles and I cringe, like even at that point, feeling like I could have did whatever. And I was like, I don't move like that. That's the thing, is like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I only want to do shit that I fucking actually care about, that actually makes me feel alive, that makes me feel nervous, or that makes me feel, you know, like doing something new.
Has there been a time in the past 12 years, off camera, off the record, people don't know about it, where an MC has stepped to you or someone tried to freestyle with you and you wind up like getting naturally in a battle,
for
like
sure,
roasting them up?
Yo, yeah, for sure. Yo, where was we at? I think it was when we were in Spain. Because, nigga, that's the thing. Is like, don't
Where was
press
you, in
my
Barcelona?
buttons. Yeah, we were in Barcelona. It was me, Fareed, and Adam.
Fire.
Don't press. That's the thing, is don't press my buttons. That's what I'm already saying. It's like, nigga, this is how I am. You know what I mean? Like, I was primed and trained to be like this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like somebody that I didn't like the way their face looked. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes a nigga, you just don't like the way their fucking face looks.
It would look better with a fist in it.
Yeah, you don't like that shit.
I can relate.
And we was rapping, and he just like alluded. I don't even honestly, I'm probably wrong. Like he probably wasn't even fucking saying shit about me, honestly. But I felt like he alluded to me because I rapped prior to him, and then he rapped, and I didn't fucking like that shit, and I just started battling this. Like,
so the instinct kicked in.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
like riding a bike. You didn't lose a step.
That. No, never that. But it's not about steps or nothing, because rapping is rapping. Nigga, if you could rap, you could rap. Like that's the difference. Is most niggas can't rap. They can sing, they can write, they can harmonize, they can do melodies, they can do stuff like that. It doesn't mean you can fucking rap. And back when I stopped battle rapping, you didn't have to be able to rap to be good at battle rapping.
You feel like that's changed?
Completely. That's one of the main reasons why I would ever consider doing it again. That's literally was the main catalyst. Is the more that I seen it evolve, the more that I seen it become way more than just crowd reaction and jokes and like fucking like actually be based on, yo, can this nigga spit?
Right.
Yo. A million niggas got the same ass style, but the 20 best niggas is all different. All different. All of them. And those niggas can rap.
When do you feel like that started to happen for you? Did you kind of just tune out for a while and then you would tune back in?
I didn't watch battles for like 5 years at least.
Okay.
I didn't watch any battle. But see, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was never a huge battle rapper fan. Like
right, you
like,
weren't.
Even while I was battling, I wasn't watching my opponents' battles and shit like that. All of them. I watch a battle too. Like I'm not doing that shit.
This
like,
is actually one of the reasons.
like,
this was one of the reasons you're so original. I feel like a lot of battlers, they get caught into watching a lot of different like styles that are out there, and they focus too much on it, and then they start becoming formulaic. And
you think they try to mimic them a little bit, like just naturally?
Yeah,
like.
Your setups, your punches, your angles, your whole concepts were all original concepts, bro. They weren't. You could tell you didn't see them somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear them, they were refreshing, which kind of like segues into like what I wanted to talk to you about, like just on a personal level with you, Sat. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for those who don't like understand, like Sahtyre, in my opinion, is one of the best battlers to ever battle. Period.
That's crazy. Dude.
I
felt like
that's facts. He brought bitches to battles too. He was like one of the first.
Hey, so I'm a unicorn for that.
Sprinkle that in there. But I feel like the world never got to see you at your top potential and understand how good you were, because you had a different method of attacking, and I've always felt this way about you.
Yeah.
And you know this. So after you quit, you know how many times I've called you over the years.
Oh,
I would just talk to Sat.
It's been 6. No, that's been exactly 6.
And I would just talk to Sat, like, and and by the time this comes out, obviously they're gonna know. So I want people to know in the beginning, Sat told me this. And this was like probably 2 years ago. This was
it was before 2 years ago.
Probably
but
like
keep
3.
Going. Yeah, keep
probably
going.
like 3.
Tell them what I told you. Tell them what I told you.
Sat said,
tell them what I told you.
You know what? I'm gone on all this shit, but for you, I'm gonna come back and rock this shit one more fucking time. I'm gonna do it one day.
I always told him when it's fucking right. Don't hit me for no bullshit. He's hit me with bullshit a gang of times. I'm like,
I just wanted to see him come back. You know what I'm saying? And so we finally worked out a situation with what we got right now, and for the world to know right now, to see.
They're gonna see, because the way we rolling out the announcements, it's gonna be one. They gonna see, and this might come out before then, but we can go on record and saying
that you are back.
Sahtyre back in effect.
And I think the world should know this, that it's important. One of the reasons we're adamant about this is because the originality of what we do, and just having like that voice that basically brings a fresh new perspective in all different fucking angles is so needed in what we're doing today, that you fit perfect. And like, there wouldn't be a better person for us to see come back and just bless the stage with some crazy shit. And we hell of excited about this shit. You know
we
what I'm saying?
dummy excited. I can't. I mean,
fire, bro.
it's one of those things where I kind of like gave up on it. You feel me? It's like I didn't expect it. And
This nigga never did. That's why. No, that's
the cool thing is
because I told him.
I literally I booked every single battle that you've ever done. You know what I mean? Like myself. So I was like, if it's not gonna happen, and at a certain point. The value of our friendship superseded me wanting to do business with you.
Exactly.
Because I didn't want to like, look, I could tell that's not where your heart is. You were doing incredible things as an artist. You know what I mean? You got social media verified as an artist, not as a battle rapper. You know what I mean? And not that that's a barometer for success, but just to validate yourselves for the motherfucking peanut gallery, et cetera. And just, you've had major corporate sponsorships. You've been on, major festival stages, worked with huge producers, done it all on your own volition, never tricked off a dollar to get to where you at, So I was like, this dude is living his best life. I didn't want, but Diz don't give a fuck.
Diz don't give a fuck.
He's an
That's
anarchist.
He don't give a fuck.
But you know what, though? Your timing and how smart you are to actually take this, because you understand now how to leverage your shit, and you are so comfortable in your craft. You're not in the beginning stages of where you're trying to figure your shit out. You have created so many different tentacles of your craft that you could now be like, bomb on you with the left hand in the studio, and with my right hand I could do a battle.
Exactly.
Like, I feel like you're in the perfect position. Like, the timing was so right. And you're a real dude for knowing that too before time, because it was like 3 years ago. Yeah. And you were like, nah,
it's not time.
I'm gonna tell you when it's time.
I remember you told me you had brought me a couple. You brought me like 2
because we
battles
almost
before
launched this shit about like 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
and I was like,
it's been a long road with this GTX shit.
I told this nigga from day one though, when it's time, it's time. Because where I was always at, see, right when I stopped battling, that was right at the beginning of my blast off as a musician. My whole journey, like really like dedicating my time to my instruments and just really learning music and producing. There's just my music, I was really getting into that.
It's a scary thought when your homie in his 20s is like, yo, I'm gonna learn how to play guitar, and because normally they're gonna be fucking trash, and it's just a sad reality. But you actually did that. You know what I mean? Like, you actually.
And I'm like 6 years on the piano, like
right.
Fucking I've just delved so deeply into who I am as a musician, and just not just a musician, just as an artist in general, from all the visual art shit, painting shit that I do, with blockchain shit and all that shit. All of my art for any song or anything that you've ever seen, that was created by me.
I love shit like that.
That's I've done all dimensions of my art since the inception of all of my shit. So it's like,
and it's funny because you've never been, you stray away from wanting to be put in the box of quote unquote hip hop. Yeah. But there's nothing more hip hop that you could do than just to control all aspects of your creativity.
Because let me not, and I probably do that because I'm an asshole and I want to like super fucking like transcend everything. But make no mistake, it's because of hip hop.
Yeah.
Period. Like,
I mean, we know you at the root of you as an artist. It's your foundation. Yeah. Your building blocks is that, you know what I'm saying? But you created it into so many different things. And it's crazy, man. You're so talented at everything you do, like even on a battle rap level too, like going back to battle rap, just the way you break your multi-syllables down and the way you word shit, how you connect certain words together. Like, you got your own, you walk your own beat, you got your own pattern. It's the same way you're artists. The same way you draw shit out, the same, it's like a reflection of it. You know what I'm saying?
See, I feel like there was a time, at least around the time when I stopped, really, like I said, I was never like a fucking huge battle rap fan, but niggas, I was watching battles. I didn't watch battles at all for at least like fucking 5 or 6 years. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But it's because everybody sounded the fucking same. They was trying to sound like this nigga. They was trying to sound like this nigga.
Just me,
or like 3 other niggas. They was trying to sound like this nigga or like 3 other niggas. We'll just keep it at that. And to me, that shit was corny, and it's not creative. Like, I'm a fucking snob. I'm a snob when it comes to honestly anything. If it's not dope,
keeping it 100.
It's a rap. Like, I don't give a fuck. I can tell in 2 seconds if I like it, and if I like it.
He's really non-filtered like
that.
that.
No, he's the hippiest snob this side of La Brea.
rap.
You feel me? Like,
so it's like when I seen all these niggas trying to rap like this nigga and me and everybody else, I'm like, this shit's fucking whack. But nigga, you see like the only nigga that legitimately ever beat me, nigga, real deal. That nigga's still the champion in the whole fucking whatever.
Shouts out the real deal,
KLTD.
yeah.
So nigga, what does that say? You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like shout out to real deal. That
No,
nigga's
that's a good
cold.
guy too, man.
Oh, that's my dog. But
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? Nigga, that's 12 years ago. Nigga, that nigga's still the fucking champion. The only nigga that ever beat me's the champion.
Talk your shit, son.
That's all I'm saying.
that validates
That's
the
all I'm
fuck out
saying.
of
That's
you.
all I'm saying, nigga. So, you know.
No,
But it's grown. My whole point was that it's expanded and became so more specialized and individualized and respected, and that's broadened it so much more that's all I wanted from the fucking beginning.
I see. I
You know what I'm saying? When I felt like that, like this was just me walking outside and going to the corner of Lamert and fucking cooking somebody, that wasn't good enough for me. Because that's not how I am. Nigga, I'd rather play guitar for 9 hours a day than write for a battle if that's how I feel. If I feel like I can just go cook anybody.
right.
I don't feel like that. I feel, nigga, ultimate. Not that I was ever disrespecting any of my opponents, but I feel like what I'm doing, I've never done before. What I'm about to do, I've never done this before.
Well, do you feel
Just
like
because
also?
I battled, I've never done this.
Do you feel like also like because I'm sure you've noticed there's been a big stylistic shift
That's what
from
I'm saying.
from like
I
roast.
think
but
he likes it.
That's exactly what I'm
no,
saying.
I know you, but
Yeah,
but
that shit
what
fire.
about? But you're not like in any of your music and any of your raps. I haven't really. Now you be on some hood shit from time to time, but
Yeah.
you're not talking about like busting the strap or
Yeah.
you know like shit like that, which has become
Yeah.
the main focus.
But I
in-
think he's talking about like the rapping aspect.
No,
that,
I
he
understand
feels
that.
Like
But yeah,
rapping
but
is
I
what,
see
more-
what
he's
I'm
getting
what
at
I'm
too.
referring to is the subject matter
Yeah.
though. Like
I
it's a
could
lot
do that
fucking
too.
different.
that makes it easier for you to like diss people. I feel like,
I
but
can-
but
yeah.
but in a sense, like it's more about rapping than it used to be. It
It's
used to be
way more
it
about
used to
rapping
be-
than it
he's
used
right. It used to
I
be
wasn't.
structured.
I never even was writing raps. Those ain't raps to me.
Right, you
That's
were
not
snapping.
rap.
But
Yeah,
hold
that's
on.
not rap. Exactly.
You
Those are
snapping.
snaps. Those is rhyming
Yeah,
and
but-
fucking clowning. Like it wasn't raps.
Here's the thing, Sat.
like.
It's still balanced because it is more about rapping these days, but people do want to hear that quick punchline.
nigga, I didn't
They
say you
wanna
could
hear
only
like,
do that or
Yeah,
only
yeah.
do this.
No, as long
It's
as you know
way
that.
more broad.
Hey, that's all I'm saying.
That's why
that's all I'm
I'm actually enticed.
Yeah, he's-
Because I'm like, nigga, first of all, what? We was rapping like 1 minute rounds
right now,
exclusively.
Right.
So that's what, 3 minutes total?
right.
This is at least what, like 9 minutes total?
Yeah, exactly.
That's for a normal battle,
And they always
right?
go over. But the
You
thing
see
is
what I'm
this,
saying?
like the
That's
way
not the same shit, nigga.
How-
Like I'm about to, I can skate on your ass
I
just
like
because I,
that you
feel like
feel
it.
that
No,
way,
just
that-
because I feel like it.
Yeah.
But you know how
'Cause
you
I got
talking
that-
about
I got that.
You know how
Yeah.
you talk about it's redundant. It got redundant for you, and that you wanted to flip the script. You had to step away because the shit was essentially boring. I feel like battle rap has evolved so much in the other direction that it's kind of gotten redundant in a lot of ways.
It has.
On the other side of the
so
spectrum.
That's exactly, nigga. I'm like a fucking Cape Crusader, nigga.
You feel me? Like-
I'm trying to show these niggas exactly, like, y'all went too far this way. You went too far this way. Like, you could just fucking rap and be dope too. You don't gotta copy everybody. You don't gotta do this exact same like word association, double meaning style. You don't like. You could just like be dope.
Yeah.
But the best niggas already know that though. That's the thing, is the best niggas already do that. So that's why I feel like that shit is just
your
wide
humor
open.
and the
Like,
way you see things, like if you're anything like how, which I know you're 1,000 times better, but if you're even anything like how you were at a minimum,
I'm a bust some
if
shit,
people don't
bro.
have that much character these days, they don't even got.
I feel
that
like
much.
they don't. I feel like they don't. I feel like they don't know that they're allowed to.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And,
No,
that's the fucking weird
Yes.
part. Is like,
Yes.
why are you doing this weird shit that you like fucking gotta like fit this cookie cutter mold? You know what I'm saying?
Motherfuckers
Like,
is
it's
stiff.
actually the exact opposite now. That's why I give a
Crazy.
fuck about it. Is you don't have to fucking do that shit. Like, you could fucking be yourself finally. And these niggas are still acting like 5 niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, cool. Tell me I'm wrong, nigga. I do not really know all the battle rap lore that I've missed out on in the past 2 years, nigga, but I can watch 5 battles and tell you what I just said. Like, nigga, you could be yourself. Stop. But, so, it's dope to me.
I love it.
No, you definitely got some dun-da-duns and a cape on, and you come into fucking.
You feel me? This shit finna be some Captain Underpants.
Yeah,
This shit be some, I don't know, man.
I'm juice. I want to touch on. I don't feel like in too many. First of all, you don't do barely any interviews. It's like it's dope to have.
Niggas interviews suck, bro. Like interviews are so overrated because interviews aren't really interviews. When I think of interviews, I think of a nigga that actually fucking gives a fuck about something that I've done at some point in my fucking life enough to like have an intelligent fucking question to formulate that I can fucking actually think.
Well, I want to be. Look,
nobody does that.
Like
shit.
our questions,
because I'm trying. So should I be like Nardwar? Like, I got you a bag
where's
of.
my fucking vinyls?
I got you a bag of Skittles because I heard in 3rd grade when the teacher asked you what your favorite candy was, you said Skittles.
You feel me? Right.
Like, yeah, no, I feel you. Like, shouts to Nardwar. With that being said, I do.
You guys are funny.
I want to touch on your origins. Like, you know what I mean? Like, growing up, most people don't even know where you're from.
Yeah.
Grew up in Long Beach, California, and all that.
Yeah,
like,
all over, man. Long Beach. I was born in Bellflower.
Okay.
I grew up in South Central. Fucking, I lived in Long Beach. And then, nigga, fucking, I lived in Hawthorne. And I lived out in the IE in fucking Rialto and San Bernardino. Nigga, real LA. Nigga, I lived everywhere. Nigga, downtown. Nigga, K-Town. Nigga, mid-city. Real LA, baby. Like, I moved around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
what was your upbringing like?
Shit. Tumultuous. Fucking, fun, fucking traumatizing, a lot of the same adjectives that probably a lot of us would use wherever you from, but like there's like two type of LA niggas. Like it's the nigga that stayed on the same block forever. You know what I'm saying? Went to all the same schools as everybody, and then it's the nigga like me that just have lived everywhere. I went to motherfucking Long Beach Milliken. That's where I graduated from. But I also played basketball at fucking Eisenhower High School out in Rialto. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I was in Hawthorne. Nigga went to Eucalyptus motherfucking elementary. And nigga, my family they in Inglewood and South Central, to this day. Like, so. And nigga, and I live in Hollywood, nigga. I keep moving up more and more north, nigga. Like
you're gonna be in Brentwood in a few years.
I'm trying to get there. But you feel me? So it's like, it makes sense. It makes sense with me. I went to so many different schools. I know so many different people all across the world, and I'm from so many different hoods. So it's like, that's some real LA shit too. That niggas
True
don't know
Angelino,
about. Like,
100%. And I feel like that represents because like a lot of
don't realize that shit. Like some niggas,
right.
like nigga, my brother from Long Beach and my pops is from this area, and nigga, my mama from fucking Cerritos, nigga, and my fucking my dad recipes is from Carson, and nigga, I'm from all of those places. You know what I'm saying?
Well, because LA's so big about like, I'm from this neighborhood,
exactly,
and pushing the specific line.
Every time you fucking talk to any type of like fucking anytime you see LA on journalism shit, on fucking blogs, on fucking magazines, it's gonna be watered down and boxed into some bullshit like that.
Right.
Every time. This nigga's from X and X place, Compton. This nigga's from East. Like,
and
nah,
normally
like,
that person that's not really their story.
Niggas be from Oxnard and shit too. like for real. So it's like niggas don't really understand that real story of LA shit. Like, nigga, I'm from fucking everywhere. Yeah, nigga, Inglewood, South Central, like fucking mostly cool. That's where my grandma is. Nigga, where your granny stayed, that's your hood. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, I lived everywhere from motherfucking Hollywood to Long Beach. You know what I'm saying? So.
And it's like you always had like this interesting diversity about you as to where like like you'll be rolling around with a bunch of fools that are, you know, from the sections, from the trenches and all that. But then like you'll have like these alternative like hippie ass like white kids will be like, yo, my bro sad.
Yeah, no, for
like,
sure.
Like,
It'd be some super like fucking alternative characters, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Nah, because nigga, that's where I'm from, nigga. Like, I'm from real deaf LA, nigga. Like fucking like this shit is the mecca of culture in the entire world, and we're in the midst of the fucking renaissance of this shit, nigga, as we fucking speak. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga, the type of fucking characters and personalities that you fucking see me with, that shit ain't even available, nigga, nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a fact. Like,
right. So, did rapping come pretty early to you?
Man, I was writing poems. I actually found a poem that my mom had. You know your mama got the box of your shit when you was young.
Yeah.
Everybody mama got that shit.
The archives.
And yeah, she gave me some of this shit like a couple years ago. And there's a fucking poem nigga I wrote when I must have been like 5, 6, 7 years old. Like as soon as I could type or whatever.
That's a verse.
She was fire. Yeah, she was pretty fire. She was fire. Yeah, she was pretty fire, nigga. And
I dare you to use it in your next battle.
Put that shit in the verse.
I'm definitely not doing that, nigga. I don't know. That shit's still kind of cold, nigga. Might work, but nah. But I always like spelling, linguistics, writing, poetry, literary devices and shit. Like I love that shit. From as long, as early as I could talk. Like, I love that type of shit. Nigga, I was reading before I was outwardly talking. Niggas thought I had like some type of like learning disability or some shit like that because I didn't speak for a long time. And my fucking granny pulled up to fucking kindergarten classroom one day and I'm fucking giving a fucking presentation and like talking to shit. And she's like, oh, so this nigga's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I always had a loving relationship with fucking words and fucking linguistics and shit like that. So
that makes sense though.
It was like early. I always loved that shit. I didn't start putting it into, more.
I'd say a big part of your like approach to like how you spit your bars is your unique words that you use. You
got a very original lexicon.
Like know how like they put unique words in like hip hop, like people like Andre 3000 would like be scoring really high numbers. I feel like if there was one for battle rap, Sat would be like up there with the people who use them. Like how Lush is, like he's the same way.
Lush is one of the rarest
he's like, I feel like I'm like that too, but you guys a little bit more. You use crazy different, like you have a different vocabulary. I think that all contributes to it.
Well, to me that's superseding hip hop even for me, and I don't know if you could relate, is the art of creative speech.
Period. I mean, I love to read. I
way
love
to express
reading,
yourself.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
I love reading. I love physical books, audio, but I love ingesting motherfucking creative ways of expression that's outside of music and shit. Like niggas, bro, because that shit's harder, bro. Like just talking to a nigga in a motherfucking page that niggas is flipping. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you write 300 pages of some shit, nigga.
Like
no, think about that shit, nigga. You're gonna captivate, like you write some fucking crazy ass bars. Can you captivate a nigga for 300 pages? That's fucking different.
Did you see his SoulCon battle? That's about 500 pages. Look.
Damn near it. So I shouldn't be probably asking this nigga. Actually, I probably should not be asking this nigga. But anybody else that's not him, you know what I'm saying? Like, could you like write?
He's still rapping his third round. He's still the third round's not over yet.
Forever.
Most likely, it's still happening.
I wrote a book when I was younger. I lost that bitch, man.
I was always like that, but it wasn't until that I married that shit with the music and with melodies, with instruments.
Well, what the fuck brought a 13-year-old kid that got no business being out past 10:30 p.m. to Lamert Park on a Thursday night to rap with all them motherfucking
nigga weed,
interesting characters?
Weed.
That's what it was.
Like mostly weed and curiosity, bro. Like that's all it was. Like my bro Randy. Shout out to my nigga Randy Sass. My nigga Randy used to borrow his father's van. Randy had a permit at 16. I don't
15.
think I don't think you're allowed. I don't think you're allowed. I don't think you're allowed to drive without a nigga that's
No,
grown.
you're not. You're not.
Randy definitely picked me up on the corner of the crib at fucking 10:30 p.m. every Thursday for almost fucking 3 years. Nigga, I hop out my fucking window. We do whatever the fuck we did, and I'll be back in my bed fully clothed with my blankets over me when my pop knock on my door the next morning for 3 years straight, because that's what the fuck we felt like doing. We was in Long Beach, nigga. That's a cool 45-minute hour drive with no traffic. Like,
Yeah, that's a hike.
Like,
That's a hike.
we was in there. You know what I'm saying? We had to be. We was in there with motherfuckers like No Can Do and Kale and Otherwise and Bus Driver and 2Mex and fucking Abstract Rude and AC Alone and Dumbfounded and Open Mike Eagle and Psychosis, and nigga, the list fucking goes on and on.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't pass that up. Those are my teachers. Those are my senseis. Those niggas fucking help mold what it meant to be not just a linguist and a lyricist, but an artist in general. You know what I'm saying? So, shit.
And
Fire.
when cause my journey's a little bit different, because being born and raised in LA, and then I moved up to the Bay to Oakland when I was 19, and at a certain point I became so immersed in that culture, and I was kind of like jaded by LA when I left, so I wasn't really fucking with it for a few years.
Why was you jaded by
And just my upbringing being hella crazy. Like, I went to juvie when I was 16, and like kind of fell out with a lot of the homies that I had grown up with. So it was just kind of like I didn't fuck with. And then I got into like some funk. I had like people was trying to smoke me, all that. I gotten snitched on. So I was kind of like, fuck LA for a second, you know what I mean?
Nigga, me too.
And-
What the fuck if a nigga said that?
I went through my phase of that shit
So
too.
I dipped up
You
to the
did.
Bay.
You was
No,
like
I went to
bitter for a
Chicago.
second,
I
bro.
went to Chicago. though.
But the thing was this,
I didn't
though.
realize it was Chicago.
What I was
went
finna say,
over there.
though, the first person back home out of anybody that really embraced me and welcomed me and made me feel like, reminded me like, yeah, you and Angelino, you from LA, and like made me feel reconnected to my home was you.
Really?
And I don't even know if I ever,
Seriously?
ever really gave you
had
like
no
your,
idea. No, seriously.
you know what I'm saying? But we
Why?
we was
I'm
really
curious.
close.
Yeah, no,
we was
were.
really close.
mean,
We still are.
Yeah,
Like,
but
yeah.
no, but we was really, really. But I'm curious. Like, why? Like, what? Was there a specific?
Yeah. No, I'll break it all down to
Yeah.
you. And so
Because I had no idea. That's crazy.
So like the first person I became close with in LA that I wasn't like was No Can, you know what I mean? And like I've known James since like 2003, 2004, and he was like my LA partner other than the people I knew from growing up. He's like the first one that I connected with and became cool with over the years. But we never really like kicked it like that. But when I started going down back to LA, when the grind time shit started popping off, and then you had your apartment over there.
I remember where you was living exactly. Nigga,
Yeah.
We was because I remember.
I was up in
before. That was before Aqua's battled.
Jay's Juice, and you was battled like you and Dumb battled Frankie and Jay's and all that. Like,
yeah, when y'all
So-
came,
It was
you
late.
showed up late
when we
to the
showed
park,
up 6 hours late,
And
something
then-
like that.
and
Niggas
it-
showed up 6 hours late.
It was a night battle.
We was writing our bars in the ride up. I don't know if we ever told that.
no,
story.
yeah, no. Dumb said the same thing. You just verified Dumb.
Niggas is super disrespectful, bro. We were writing that whole battle on that fucking whole.
You
like,
played it off.
treacherous-
You made it make sense. But when I started going back,
disrespectful, bro.
when I started going back home and fucking with LA, I'd be staying at your crib. I was
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah, all the
sleeping
time,
on your
all the time,
floor.
all the time,
You
yeah.
feel me? Or because
Me
normally
and Flip.
you
Yeah,
and Flip.
Yeah.
There'd be like 6, 7 people, different females, all these people sleeping there. Sometimes I'd be on the couch, sometimes on the floor, whatever. Like, and like, so like you really brought me back, and I'll always love you for that. You know what I mean? Like, and
I love you, brother.
Yeah, no, I
I
love
didn't
you
realize
too.
that. I
Yeah,
didn't realize that, but that's-
like you were
that's
like
true.
the first one before I became so close with this guy, and just like, and then now I'm
Cause I always had a spot
fully,
for you. But
yeah,
you always
yeah.
had a spot for me too. You always had a spot for me too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that was kind of what I wanted to touch on is you wound up moving out. Was that your first spot you had on your own over there in K-Town?
That was all right. So man, I moved out of my house. I graduated high school at 15.
Because that was like a hippie commune, art pad for like little 1-bedroom apartment that the entire hip hop scene of LA was fucking with. Like we'd be there 30
realize,
deep.
Like, blood, I left my house at 15. Like, I graduated high school at 15. I'm at Cal State San Bernardino, fucking shit off mostly until I'm like 18, 19, some shit. Come back over here. I mean, I stay with Dumb. So Dumb, I only knew Dumb from the blood. Dumb was just my nigga.
People think y'all grew up together and shit. Like,
that's just my nigga. Like, we clicked. That's my brother.
Wait, so what year did y'all meet?
About
05, 06?
Yeah, I'm about to say 06.
Oh, so right before y'all did the fucking
right before that. I want to say 05, 06. But I'm talking about that same year or a year later. He's like, yeah, come and sleep on my floor. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know a nigga like that. But he's like, nah, we already feel that fucking connection, and we know what we're doing and what our goals are and shit. At least to the extent of that, we need to be in proximity.
And that's why your chemistry was so crazy. It make a lot of sense. Like, really the only person other than you that made me feel what I said as far as coming back to LA is my brother Smokey, who's been my best friend my whole life. So, you know what I mean? But other than, shouts to Smoke Low, 5150. But other than that, it was you. And that I remember you and Dumb having that pad, and then you moved into that other pad. Normandy and Third and shit.
I wouldn't have had that other pad if it wasn't for Dumb.
Okay.
Nigga, check this out. Nigga, Dumb was sleeping at his sister's pad. It wasn't even his pad. Like, how much do a nigga gotta fucking believe in you and care about you to invite you to sleep on the floor of the crib that he's sleeping on the couch of the crib? Like, it's not even his shit.
Yeah,
it's his sister. Shout out my nigga Nat. I love her forever. Like, that's my nigga. Like, he's sleeping on his sister's couch and invites me, nigga, to the next level. Like, we got some shit we gotta do.
She's the real hero in this situation.
No,
because she could have been like Step.
Nat, Nat is a G. Like, that's. If it wasn't for her, a lot of the shit that all of us done wouldn't have fucking happened.
She could have told y'all to shuffle pebbles. You feel me? Like,
period. So we didn't have to. I didn't have to be there. I didn't have to be there. We didn't. Nigga, we ended up being nigga. That's my sister. That's my friend. Like, that's my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like none of that had to happen. Like, so all of that perfect storm fucking lends to what you talking about is. Of course, my house was like that afterwards because, nigga, that's the only reason I was there in the first place. Is because I was fucking privy to a spot that had motherfuckers there that enabled me to meet this nigga in the first place. Where it to be like, yo, we young kids and we don't know what the fuck we doing or what this is, but we know we should probably do this shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it would be cool to see all this shit like in a documentary type of setting and to hear all this shit. Like even if y'all never did like a 2-on-2 together, but like do like a recapturing all that shit because people don't even know a lot of this shit. I didn't know this shit, so like for me, like
that's why I want to bring it out.
It was heavy. It was heavy.
And that place,
Dumb is a real one. Dumb is one of the realest niggas I've ever met. That's my brother.
I like hearing
shout to my brother.
That's my brother forever. Like forever.
You know what's crazy is that spot over there. We ain't gonna talk about hustling but I will say this: you
already said it all. It was going up.
It was going.
Let's say it was going up.
But you pulled the coldest finesse move I've ever seen in my life, and it was through the city of Los Angeles. And you know what I'm referring to right now?
I do.
It was your motherfucking stove. Let's hear the story about your stove.
Damn, I don't
because
know this shit.
I want to hear. I want to hear you tell it that I'm feeling anything that you don't. All right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
this is gonna be funny. Yeah.
You know, like
tell them.
Early 20s, people are living, a bohemian type lifestyle. So cleaning a stove might not be high on the list of priorities for young bachelors in the mix. You feel me? Especially with this
type of living situation that we currently had.
Fast lifestyle. To say the least,
to say the least. Yo, this nigga's crazy. Yo, this is about to be sus.
Going very, very fast, to say the least. Now, that stove done seen some shit. That scene, but you know what? It never did see. Never did see any cleaning supplies. It never saw what's the motherfucker like the little iron sponge. Like
no Brillo pads.
no Brillo pads.
No
Yeah.
I'm ashamed.
That shit looked like a motherfucking fuck the third world. That was a fifth world. I don't even think that exists. Country that was going on. Now, instead of cleaning it, Sat really hacked the system, and I don't know. You told your landlord who wound up
a new stove.
He told he needed a new stove. The landlord got the city of Los Angeles.
I told him it was unsanitary living.
So,
hey, mind you, the rest of my apartment is fucking spick and span.
It's totally fine.
No, this shit, I hadn't cooked on it in 2 years, and it was fucked up. I said, this shit is unsanitary.
That was an ecology experiment. Like, there is, like, all different kinds of...
I got a new white stove. A fucking
Come on.
spick and span
Yeah, no,
stove.
it wasn't like a... I know you're picturing, like, some white people some frat boys. It was a nice apartment. Like,
it was great, yeah.
Despite
that stove was terrible. Yeah, the stove was terrible.
Yeah, it was an interesting stove. And he literally...
interesting. This nigga called it
Interesting stove.
He literally got the
stove.
city of Los Angeles. So fucking, I don't know.
Oh yeah, not my landlord. They didn't pay for shit.
No, I don't know if it was
like the city. It was
Mayor
like,
Reardon or whatever. Fucking Villa Grossa, like one of them fools.
Hey, I need some new appliances. Yeah, nigga, give me some appliances.
So they replaced your stove.
Man, come on.
Talk about finesse. Like,
man, we've been doing that shit, man.
New to this, true to this since the motherfucking uterus, bruh. Like you was slick for that. That was a beautiful thing. Then like you were working with a bunch of different producers. You moved down to Dago for a while, right? Like
I was in San Diego just for a little bit with Chase and some other dudes at the time who remained unnamed for fucking good reasons. But and then I was nigga, fuck those niggas. Niggas already,
well, because like and you were like,
I keep that shit a buck, but
like you were at some situations emerging.
Come on,
like you was about to
like, come on.
You was about to like be signed to a major deal at that point.
Yeah. Well, I was on Interscope. I was managed by Interscope for a little bit. Shout out my nigga Jason. We never actually did the deal that they wanted because niggas are fucking vultures,
right?
And I was just doing what I was doing with my team, and two of the people that was on the team at that time ended up getting shit. That's just probably like 4 or 5 times platinum now. A record that one of the homies put together that we all had a part in, doing whatever it did, I'm not taking any credit for that. All I'm saying is it was a whole, it was a group situation.
You said what it was.
It was a group situation. But yeah, and the fucking classic industry fucking story that niggas hear but never happened to you. You know what I'm saying? That shit happens. So, like not even talking about me, nigga, fuck me. Like niggas switched up on niggas that they knew since fucking grade school type shit, like fucking Young Buck type of shit. You know what I mean? So it's like seeing that type of shit happen is just hella unfortunate, but it just lets you know that everybody not on the same type of time, so that just helps you, hone your skills better and fucking get your perception.
Did you feel pretty defeated by that scenario? Or
at the time I did. At the time I definitely did. I was in a different deal. I was in a deal with G-Pen. We were doing a bunch of records and doing a bunch of touring and shit, which is like fucking dope. Shout out my nigga Chris Focus. That's my fucking nigga for life. And the album that we had with me and Chase and these other 2 dudes, we actually were holding, not because I was going to be like actually negatively affected at all, because I really wasn't. It was just them, because a faulty deal that they had signed was going to inhibit them from making their money. And me, as the fucking real nigga stand-up guy that I am, I wasn't going to put that out and fucking gouge them, even though I wasn't technically affected. And we're going to figure this shit out together. To this day, one of the best lawyers in the whole world has been on the case for, 8 years, 7 years.
Damn, it's like that, huh?
Yeah, it's uncrackable.
So that's why...
Uncrackable.
Okay.
And that's, you know, much love to them. I hope they figure that shit out. But at the time, it was just all about the team, which is that's how I move. Like, none of the shit that I do in any of my ventures, man, in music and fucking writing and battling and any of the shit that I do, is all due to the team that we built and to the different motherfuckers that have different specialties and motherfucking different superhero powers to fucking make shit happen. Like, so when this shit was going on, like, nah, we rocking together. Like, what the fuck? I'm not flying solo now. All of a sudden, this is our shit. And then when they finally got a break, basically, they didn't do the same thing. You know what I mean? Which you can't expect. You can't expect anything from anybody, but it was just, you know, you see it. And you're like, got you. Because we all of us did this for you. And then when as soon as you got like a hand, you're like, all right, cool, bye. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool. So it just shows you how niggas are. Like, but that's fine, because everything that I do is just out of fucking pure love in the first place. Like, it's just passion, nigga. So
unfortunately, it's a tale as old as time as this music shit goes.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And honestly, it's way beyond the music. It has nothing to do with music. It's just
human
people.
nature.
Yeah, it's just people. It's just
human
people.
nature.
So I don't take anything personally. You know what I mean? It just teaches you certain shit and helps you hone your team down and whittle that shit down to what we got now, which is better.
And and you've still been working with Chase all these years.
Oh yeah, Chase is my engineer. Period. Like, Chase is the new iteration of Mike Dean. He's this fucking multiverses fucking like version of Mike Dean. Chase Moore is one of the greatest musicians I've ever had the pleasure of working with, and he's mixed and mastered and all of my shit.
Chase is the man. Shouts to Chase. Yeah. You What's crazy about you is, like, you know, you're very open about substance use, in particular psychedelics. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
like,
for sure.
You talk about this, you rap about it a lot. The shrooms, LSD, all that shit. You've recorded. Like, how the fuck do you record or just rap or even like gather your thoughts to be creative when you're discombobulated into a million different micro fragments?
You don't. And that's the beauty. Like, music is about feeling. Like, music's not about words. Music's not about sounds. Music is not about none of the shit that you think it's about, like, on the surface. Like, music is just about how it feels. So the greatest you could be, the most sharpest I could ever be, is completely unaware of what's happening. And that's not to say that that's for everybody, because it's definitely not, because most motherfuckers haven't practiced as much as I have. But for me, personally, the sharpest I can be is unaware.
Seems like that requires a lot of trust in yourself.
Complete trust. And not just myself, and Left, and Mike, and Chase, and motherfucking me, and Van, and Jordan, and Lanka. But most importantly, in me. I know what the fuck I'm capable of and what I do and how much I've practiced, how extensively and fucking passionately I work at the shit that I do, how many fucking songs that I've made, how many, like, you know, it's pure trust.
Well, it's crazy because you're not, like, a lot of people, when they'll be off the shits like that, you know what I mean? They'll record something and then like listen back and it sounds terrible. Like,
that happens.
But like, I feel like it happens to you
way less.
Like, I feel like
it happens to me less than any human ever fucking created.
Have you ever recorded like completely in a different dimension and then not remember recording and then listen back like, yo, this is amazing? Like,
hey, these niggas need to fucking pull up now.
Yeah, pop up. We got
the sleep. Yo, damn, this question, nigga, yeah. Of course. This shit happens. No, this shit. Yeah.
Now we gonna get the other mic set up.
This shit happens. This shit happens all the time, like, in a good way. I mean, we make so many demos, so many just ideas, so many just printing fucking like stream of consciousness, whatever it is. Nigga, I wake up twice, 3 times a week and have 5 songs that I never heard in my life, nigga, that we did. You know what I'm saying? That happens all the time. Fucking, that's my favorite day. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my favorite shit. And so I'm like, what the fuck is this? And like, yeah, this is what we did last night. I'm like, oh, this shit is hard.
What, at what point, like, did you, like, was it through that whole process that you realized I need to get sharper on the whole business aspect?
Anderson Paak taught me this shit. My nigga AP. Shout out my nigga Breezy. So this was about to be about 5-6 years ago. Something like that. This nigga had a show over here. I don't know if it was, no, it wasn't a show, but it was like a party. Him and Empire had a party in MacArthur Park, right by where Dumb's old crib was. Mm-hmm. Remember those?
Yep.
It was right by MacArthur Park. Breezy had a party over there, and we was just chopping it up. It was me, him, Flacco, Dumb, and somebody else in the fucking in the green room, and we chopping it up. And Breezy's like, yo, nigga, you're killing it. He's like, you know what you need to do? He's like, do that shit more. It was like fucking hella simple. It was like hella simple. This nigga might not even remember this ever. Like, it was just so in the moment. We were just like fucking drinking and chilling in the back. And he was like, hey, you know what you need to do? Do that more. And I swear to God, like, I fucking think about that shit on a weekly basis since 6 years ago.
Was it trippy, like, seeing, like, you know, you saw Anderson .Paak, like, blow up before your eyes. You saw, like, Dumb blow up before your eyes. Doja Cat.
Motherfucking,
like,
the list goes on. These are all products of the same. We're all doing the same thing. We're all doing our own thing. That's the same thing.
Did that kind of make you feel like validated? Like, okay, my turn's coming up soon. I'm about to like, or
not really.
Did it even cross your mind?
I felt validated, bro. 10 years ago, I felt validated when fucking niggas started paying me money to fucking say things that I thought, or to fucking play piano fucking parts, or to fucking play guitar shit, or to write a song for Grammy winning singers that niggas don't understand this. I didn't understand 10, 15 years ago at all. I didn't understand what made it or whatever. I didn't understand what that shit was.
Right.
I thought, you know what I mean? I didn't understand. Nigga, if you could do shit that we've done, I've traveled the entire fucking world with more places to go, nigga, pending, nigga. On the back of just shit that I've thought and said. Like,
shit, you went to Barcelona. Shit, that's the greatest place ever.
Nigga, Japan. Nigga,
Fire.
fucking shout out to Roppongi and fucking, like, there's only upward motion. We've already cracked the code a long time ago, even when we didn't realize that we had cracked it yet. You see what I'm saying? And I just recently fucking figured that shit out.
With that being said, you know, talking about being immersed in a sea of creative individuals, and like, got Left Brain, you feel me, the young legend himself.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? What's up, Lush? What's good? Dizaster.
What's the drilly,
Thanks
man?
for having me, man. My nigga.
No, it's
Put it there.
Put her there, pal.
Put her there, pal.
What brought y'all fools together? I mean, it makes so much sense, but it's like it's something that I would have hoped to have seen. You know, you collaborating with people like this, and you guys making something greater together. How did y'all friendship begin and all that?
Man, it's crazy because
Nick Williams.
my nigga, shout out my nigga Nick.
Shout out Nick Williams.
My nigga Nick Williams have been telling me and telling this nigga, unbeknownst to me, for years. Like, hey, Sat, you know who you need to link up with? This nigga Vibrant. Like, you gotta know. And like, you know when a nigga keeps telling you that, it just seems weird. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like,
Right.
What's your agenda here?
Exactly.
Like,
I'm like,
he's
I
so
don't
annoying.
care.
He's like, he'll tell
I'm
him
like,
like every
bro, I don't
day
give
for
a
the
fuck,
whole
but
month.
whatever. Like, I know who Left is, but I don't know this nigga. Like, leave me alone. But he had been apparently telling him the same shit for the same.
Yeah, he was
nigga,
telling me the same shit. Like, nigga, Sat,
the
he
same
rap.
2
like,
3 years.
Y'all should do us all.
Nigga,
Like,
there was
you know,
like
yeah.
there was one night I had like a party. I was leaving the party. I was walking out the party. I feel like it was on Halloween or some shit, but I was walking out the party, and Nick Williams pulled up with left. As I'm like walking across the street.
Finally his chance.
And left is, nigga. He had his shit. And left's in the back seat. And Nick rolls out the window. Nick's like, hey. He's like, Byron, sacked. Like, yo. Like, and I had just got out of the party. I was like, oh, yo, because they was trying to go up in there. I was like, oh, I got the juice. Like, let's just go. I'll take them up there real quick. So we just ended up going back up there, getting fucked up. And me and him just finally, like, we just clicked, like niggas. And then nigga, he was living with my nigga, rest in peace, Ash Riser.
Yeah, I was living with
We're
Ash.
brothers. Like Ash is my brother, Ash was his brother, like on separate planes.
Talk about a dude that like affected so many facets of music. You know what I mean? Like,
Ash
that
Riser
dude-
is one of the greatest musicians, one of the greatest people that I've ever
voices.
met my entire life. He's a true
one of the most unique
original.
voices. Original. Yeah, he's like a savant.
I first heard him on that Kendrick Section 80 album, and I was like,
Far
"Who's
from
this
good,
fool?"
not good
Yeah,
from far.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then
That's
so
my
many-
nigga Ash. That's some freestyle shit off the top that he do. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like Ash was an alien. And rest in peace to my brother. I fucking
Peace to
love
him,
you,
man.
brother.
We still working on his album and
Yeah,
shit.
it was like about I think a year ago, yesterday or the day before that he passed
crazy.
away. Passed away. Yeah.
My
So
condolences, man.
yeah, rest in peace to my brother Ash. But they was living in like Beverly Hills at the time.
But not like that though.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
Was, we was like
Near
we
Olympic
had, like,
type Beverly Hills.
4 roommates.
Yeah.
Not like that.
We wasn't in Beverly Hills.
Definitely not like that.
Beverly Hills popping bottles.
It's just
nah.
wherever it was.
Sounds
But-
cool.
It was a nice
Yeah.
ass spot.
It was
though, but I don't
fire.
know how we even got that.
But nah,
shit.
Ash used to just hit me
That
like,
was
nigga,
cool.
pull up. Let's make some
Co-signer.
beats. Let's
Yeah,
make some
yep,
beats.
yep.
Ash just be sending me fucking guitar riffs or whatever. Like, whatever, flip this. I'll flip it. He'll be like, hey, me and Levis, pull it. I'll just pull it, whatever. We'll be fucking getting fucked up, nigga, making beats, nigga, whatever. You know? And because I was living off of like Pico and Mid City that time. So I was like right down the street too. Like it wasn't hella far at all. So we did that shit for forever. That was a long time ago. And
Was this like? Were you still like doing like mellow hype and all that, or is this after all that? Like
This was after all that,
Okay.
really. Yeah, this is after like
17 type shit? Yeah,
2016, 2017. I
Okay.
started working on my own solo stuff with Mind Gone.
Right.
5150, that's my own brand that
Come on.
me and a couple other homies,
shout out nigga
just homies from
Morrow.
Our Future, because Our Future got like 50 people in there, but
It's a whole
affiliates,
a family,
yeah,
like a whole
so
family.
we started Mind Gone in 2018. I dropped a little solo. He's on there, the Mind Gone compilation. But yeah, that's around the time when we start working and
So
getting shit going with Ash and everybody. That
I'm curious to get your perspective on some shit left as far as battle rap, because you know the other homie from Odd Future is here, Mike G. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
we gotta get him on here, too.
And he's been doing his thing in battle rap.
Pass me
Like
that blunt, too,
he's been
man.
he's been pushing that battle rap line heavily. Like
Please.
what's as far as like the rest of the Odd Future homies and shit? Were y'all like aware that he had that in him and was going to be doing that whole like? battle-
For me, I was aware because I was the first one to actually know who Mike G is because we went to high school together.
Okay.
I brought him to the studio with Tyler and Sid.
Right.
So yeah, I always knew Mike was into battle rap and like real hip hop and D12 and Proof.
Okay. Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? He well understanding on what a lot of music was, more than me.
You know what's crazy? Because I remember back in the day, you ran into Tyler.
Yeah, I did actually. And he actually recognized me. Does he watch
No shit.
battles? He clearly
He
watches
probably watched-
battles.
Yeah. Him and Earl used to watch
he
battles,
used to,
no?
like back then, like 2008.
Because he was tripping when he saw you. He was
Yeah,
like, oh shit, it's Disaster.
Unless he was
I'll be
just
back
playing it
alone.
off. Unless he was just.
Oh, he be-
I felt like he watched battles.
We all used to do it.
He gave me the impression that he watches
Damo
battles.
Genesis watched it. Haji for sure. Like we watched battles.
And it
for
was
sure.
right after the cannabis thing too, so you know, like he had to at least have seen that.
Nigga, how?
Seen cannabis pull out a
I
notepad
think
for
Mike
sure.
was more the most into it for sure.
Okay.
Obviously, but
Right.
but yeah, I knew Mike G first.
Yeah, it's crazy. You remember
Yeah,
that.
for
Yeah.
sure. And then Haji, yeah, but.
No,
Mike
like
G was my nigga. That's my brother. But yeah,
Yeah, can we get Mike a spot too?
he's
So
He can so we could share mics.
I just
Straight? Oh, got you.
I remember because I remember when y'all fools first popped up, like I was like in my late 20s already and shit, like, you know what I mean? And like when I first seen like all the early Odd Future videos, like the original Earl video, like the Tyler French video and all that shit, and then started seeing all y'all pop up, I was like, this is a new motherfucking renaissance. Like y'all are, and to like, y'all like the new, like the 2000s Wu-Tang Clan for like this generation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what y'all did is fucking amazing.
We always took that, you know, and it's a good, you know, it's a good compliment for us, you know. We was like, we're not like Wu-Tang, nigga. Our future was like, hell yeah, we just like Wu-Tang. Like,
yeah, nah, there's worse
like
things.
Respect, yeah.
And then obviously stylistically completely fucking different, but like similar in the sense that everybody had their own.
It's a group.
Their own steez that they brought to the table and shit.
Hey, Mike G, a legendary
Future.
What's poppin'?
What's happening?
How we doing, Mike?
Flush with the platform. Great to be here, man.
Come on,
Great
man.
To see you, you know what I'm saying? All that.
Yeah, you've been put. What's it been like transitioning from, you know, sold out arenas and doing crazy ass shit with Odd Future to like, you came in like, you didn't ride the coattails of your name in battle rap. It was like, let me just start from the bottom and humbly work my way up to the best of my ability. Like, was that kind of like an interesting transition?
Yeah, definitely seeing how other artists would come into the game and how it was received. Like, you know, just getting the footing, the proper, you know, trajectory in my eyes. That's what I was really about. So getting to that, it's always been about lyricism, just showcasing skill, and like what Sat was saying, like just the fact that it's a rite of passage. You know, you got to be battle tested just to be one of the top MCs to me. So like that's how I was approaching it, and getting into the, you know, the whole groove of it, everything, performance being flawless, and you know it's not coming from a studio or recording artist aspect to where you could go do multiple takes. So I'm like, you know, if the performance isn't flawless, I kind of got trapped into it. You know, I had a couple battles that weren't up to par in my eyes, but you know, it's still the enjoyment of the sport. So it's like everything about it was just a allure and the appeal. And then
Do you find difficulty in the acapella? The fact that it's just no beat now when you're rapping, or if you
not
always...
so much. If I mean, it's definitely footage of me doing acapellas on stage, and that's kind of how I applied it. And like that was the appeal I had to, you know, within the group, just like being able to go off the beat and shit like that. Yeah.
Do you like, I noticed that you've made like you'll post flyers for events on your social media when you're rapping, like when you're doing a battle and stuff, but you don't really like push your battle rap career on your pre-existing Mike G fan base. It's like you kind of like, do you do a separation on purpose, or are you just kind of trying to build your shit up to where you get to a certain point where you can bring them together? Like, what's the...
Yeah, it was definitely that. And then, you know, realizing when I kind of jumped in, it wasn't the same impact as, you know, say other names would have, where the whole community's talking about it. It was just a tight-knit thing where the circle of shots fired, where I battled, like that sort of thing. So, I mean, it was like... realizing that once I was posting shit, you know, I'd get the views. My close friends would be like, "Yo, that's dope. I like this bar, that bar." But my fans don't give a fuck about battle rap, dog. And like, like it was really like that. So that shit, yeah. But like being ingrained in the battle rap community is what I learned is most important. So
you seem more interested in battle rap than you are like being like Mike G anywhere. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
like,
shit. I mean,
you like fuck with the culture as a whole, I'm saying.
like
you know what I'm saying?
That nigga really gives
Yeah.
he knows the most about that shit than any nigga that I don't know.
So you
sports, I
excited
watch
about
battle
this
rap, dog.
motherfucker battling for sure?
Man, it's a whole thing because
Yeah, I
The
told
nigga,
him who it is and all of that
The
shit.
nigga he's
Yeah.
battling, I'm definitely in close proximity with. So
This is gonna be a fun battle to watch.
Shit about to be
definitely.
crazy, man.
And that's really all, like, you know, like people
Saw
talk
this
about.
nigga.
Yeah.
You're diabolical.
People talk about my matchmaking skills and
He
shit,
did
but that was really, I can't take any
Hey,
credit.
Hey, what's the first thing I told you when you said it? What was the first? Do you remember the first sentence I said?
I just knew you were excited.
Do you remember the first sentence I said? It better not be nobody white.
Yeah, he did say that.
I said I'm not battling no white niggas, bro.
Is that just like
that
too
was
easy
That
for
was
you or
all
some
I
shit?
said.
I
No,
don't
I
get
only
it.
battled
Knew not
white
to come
niggas
up.
other than Johnny Storm.
okay.
Other than Johnny Storm.
Shit.
No, I've only battled white niggas.
We
The
love
first
white
thing I
people.
said when he said whatever he said, his first sentence, I said, he better not be white.
Wait, so you've battled no one black then in the acapella
ever.
format?
Ever.
Yeah,
I battled Johnny Storm.
that's crazy.
Yeah, no, the pun was perfect for him.
It was
I think it's
hilarious. Yeah,
incredible.
he was like, I got it. I was like, the nigga better not be white, bro.
You're funny as shit.
And then this nigga started dying. He was like, he's not.
Funny
That
ass
should have
shit.
me weak because I swear to God, any white person, I was going to say no, period.
Yeah. I don't
Period.
blame
No,
you.
period. I was
Oh
gonna
my
no.
God.
I was gonna say no. Period. Like,
Damn, I can't believe we did you like
yeah,
that. Like,
that's what I'm saying. So
I
if
feel
that
some type
nigga
of
would have
way.
said that, any white person, doesn't matter how good, I would have been like, nigga,
Well,
like, no.
Who's your
Like,
fighter?
yeah, like,
Let's
nah,
just say,
straight.
without saying who it is, we went to the complete other side of the spectrum.
Like Sharon.
He's definitely not white.
Sharon versus Sahtyre.
Nobody knows yet.
Hey, Sharon is
No.
cold, boy. Sharon is cold.
Nah,
Baby,
we not
spilling the
announcing
beans
it.
today?
Nah.
Because this gonna come out next week. So you feel me? And
Use on my one-liners.
This
Spilling the beans.
shit about to be fun though.
but left, we not finna see you in the battle rap arena.
No.
Nah, this nigga finna be right there with me,
Give me
nigga.
anxiety,
LSD, mind
man. I'll
gone. nigga.
choke for sure.
Stop saying Left Brain's name in these battles, please.
Come on. You know, I always thought of.
Yeah, I think I saw somebody said something.
Oh yeah.
It went over my head. I forgot all about that.
I thought of you. I always, before I met Left, like I kind of thought of you. I don't want to say like a mean guy, but like
Nah, the nigga is me. Nigga,
Yeah.
when he
Girl
first
was
wake
just
up,
telling me
you know,
about
when he
that,
first
I
man.
thought about you.
That's just my face. bro.
you
That's
see
just what
this
my
nigga
face
when he
look
first
like.
wake up, this
Like
nigga
above
is
the
me,
night.
nigga.
'Cause I
No,
smile.
in the morning, this nigga is the meanest nigga I know.
Some people
Well,
be-
no, he
I'm
is
like that
me.
in the morning
No, he
too,
is
man.
me.
Oh yeah, don't talk to this
Other
guy
than that,
before
other
you.
than
You can't hold that against him.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Other than
Mornings are
that,
off
other than that, he's
limits,
cool.
man.
No,
Mornings
but
is
in the
like-
morning, he might be
Don't
the
play
biggest
with us in
nigga
the
on earth.
morning,
Clear my
bro.
Yeah,
head.
he is me.
No,
Dog,
I
it's
swear,
too
wasn't there was
early.
like I forget, wasn't there some clip of you
Too
going
early.
bad?
Nigga,
There was like a clip of you going bad on someone back in the day. I think you like
And like 8 a.m.
no.
Somebody that
Yeah,
wore a
yeah.
slap to do.
This fool like
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
that's
middle,
Allegedly.
allegedly. Hey, that
Yeah,
shit's on the
man.
motherfucking
Thank you.
internet.
My lawyer. This
This shit,
lawyer.
that shit's on. Hold on. Viral clips. You feel me? I'm not. This ain't no DJ Vlad
like,
moment. You feel me? Like,
No, we threw it. We passed it all the way.
would that be? Yeah, because that's why I was like, but. I kind of thought of you as like the Odd Future enforcer. You feel me? Like I was like, but getting
I pretty much was though.
okay.
Cause I don't rap like that. I'm just on stage being a hype man. I was really the enforcer, if you want to call it that.
This
'Cause
nigga Dennis
I'll be
Rodman, low
pushing
key.
motherfuckers off
This
stage.
nigga Dennis Rodman, low
I
key,
be
bro.
throwing kids on stage,
Yeah.
jumping in the crowd.
like you
Because
enjoy
everybody,
that.
all them couldn't jump in the crowd too much. I was the most.
Well,
I
you
was-
would
I
like-
jump in the crowd like at least
You
20
would do
times.
that and then hop back on stage.
Yeah, hop back on stage,
Just-
rap some lyrics. So I was
This
just.
nigga said at least 20
Because
times.
that's what they would call somebody like at a rock show.
Yeah, you're like Sid
Enforcer.
Vicious.
Yeah,
You're like-
enforcer that'll be like
Sid
their roadie that'll be on the side, just like making sure shit don't get too crazy. Just you know what I mean, just like the low key security.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
I
you're
was
like
always
a,
looking after my niggas on stage.
but you're a hell of a nice guy.
Yeah,
like-
I'm a nice guy. Like
Usually
people be
that's
saying
how it
like you
goes.
smile a lot and shit.
That's how
but
it
then
goes
some people
usually.
Be like, you be
Yeah, no,
looking bad.
he's hella nice, actually.
Yeah,
He's just, just give him like 30 minutes when he wake up and then you
Give me
should.
some time.
Give him like 30 minutes for sure. though.
Fuck
Like,
with that,
yeah.
man.
It's all good time.
Sound like this. To be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all
No,
are-
yeah.
That's
Give him
why-
like 30 minutes and then he'd be all right. Like,
First 30 minutes, you might catch me. I might say some shit that'll make you change your whole
when I was
opinion
waking this
about
nigga up
me.
this morning, I was like, all right. I was like, I'm gonna
It's
knock on
too
this
early.
nigga door. I was like,
And I'll tell you what,
intimidation.
you don't want this guy to tell you about yourself.
Yeah, no.
At 8 in the
It's,
morning.
I've
That nigga would do
woken
it in
up.
bar
Seven.
format. This nigga would do it in 16 bars. Nigga. This nigga.
Nah, you catch me like 7 a.m.
This
at the
nigga
wrong
have
time. I'm gonna tell
internals
you
and
about
shit.
yourself. Like it's not
This
cool.
nigga got
But then I'm gonna
punchlines.
say sorry later. But yeah, that first 30
Say
minutes. you gotta
sorry
get it.
without saying sorry. You'll just
Nah.
just start being nice, and then he's brought you so low that him being nice is equivalent to like you feel
Sorry.
me like, oh, this is the kindest soul I've ever encountered in my life. He's not destroying my psyche right now. Nah, this is my brother, but
Yeah, the mornings though, man. Whew.
no, I get it. So, what we got in the works between all three of y'all?
Man, the tree growing, man.
Man, it's a money tree damn near. Me and Left,
Yeah,
we got Serpents out. We got Battle the Hell out. We got Digits out. This is all with me, Left, Chase Moore, and the whole crew. Anything I do is with everybody. We're gonna drop.
mix.
Is it safe to say Sahtyre is not even one person at this point? It's like
Sahtyre, Cassidy Howe. Them niggas is like three
South
niggas
Central
apiece.
Survive.
right.
Yeah, we got everything. We got
We might have to pipe that out.
motherfucking-
Actually, this is not live. Yeah,
We got everything.
like that. South Central Survive out.
South Central, man. We got all type of shit.
That's I like
Bleep
that,
that
title. That's
Exactly.
that sounds.
Yeah, just
Can you
bleep
bleep
that.
that?
Don't- yeah,
Oh,
just
okay,
bleep that
okay,
name.
yeah.
Bleep that
Yeah,
name
yeah.
for now. For now.
Bleep it for now so no one takes it.
Yeah.
Well, because it's about to come out. Yeah, but
I like how
we're gonna drop. We're gonna drop
been
an
moving
EP. We're gonna drop an
military with the
EP next month. We have all these songs out. We're gonna drop an EP next month, and then I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this battle, and then we're gonna drop our album.
Oh, come on, man.
It's
Y'all go
lit.
cop that, man, when it drops. Man.
With
You
that
already
being
know.
said, you know, we've had attempts on this show because this is like, as far as No Jumper, this is like the Lyricist podcast. Like, you know,
word.
like these are like, this is where the people that
Yeah.
are really focused on the creative aspect, the art of being an MC, rapping, you know what I mean? Like, we've attempted to
Y'all
have,
want me to rap?
man, kick some shit, dog. Kick some shit one time. And I know this is unprompted, so, you know,
Yeah,
sorry
yeah.
to put you on blast like that, but
Nah, nigga, it's not blast. I'm a rapper.
Let me grab a fucking beat real quick.
Nah. I'm gonna do it a cappella. This nigga's stupid. Hey, grab me something out the fridge, yeah? Yeah. Fuck 'em all, polyamory. But if I had to choose one thing, it's polyamory. Gravity turned me to a hologram of me. Stop spamming me, but holla if you want a graph from me. Spaz automatically. Acid got reality, half staticky. Upfront cash, but it passed for a salary. Pitch pennies now with a penny like Anthony. Magically switch a candy to a actually spit like cannonball splash off the canopy. Lines off the glass of the vanity. Ladies first, nigga so nice, that's philanthropy. If I hit it twice, I'm philandering. Hit it 3 times back to back, I'm Phil Jacksoning. Yeah, shit. If it ain't real, then get back to me, cause fake love's cool, but fake titties feel whack to me. Chill daiquiri, pill factory in a backpack, smack that and send a bill back to me. Yeah, shit, flow liquid, feel the agony. Yeah, shit get lit when the dragon breathe jagged teeth, spit through the beat like this raggedy sass peak. It's a rap zigzag, grab a leaf. See me, good luck, horseshoe rabbit feet. Every time I did it, I'ma kill it. Allegedly, nigga, pinky ring lapis lazuli, lamping lazuli. Guess that's what happens when you let it happen naturally. Niggas think I'm cooking, I don't let them have a recipe. Stick my fucking foot in it, they'll call that shit a legacy. Fuck it, let me see. Yeah, Hennessy so high box, nigga, forever speak. Yeah, bitch, nigga sipping. Sorry, I don't have no sympathy. Same sad song, sing me singing like a symphony, nigga. Nigga, so sensitive since they can't make sense of me. Sweet sense of me. I'm Mary Jane in the dancery. Hotel, strip club, whip like dispensary. Heart throb till my heart stop. Never miss a beat. Beat them in the head till they bleed beat red. Turn a clean white tea to a deep pink. Since she loved me, I just try to hit her with a wink. Cause she already know I know her better than a shrink. I shrink like a fucking sink link, nigga. See explosives in the ocean, nigga. Thought my ink link. Raw shit make your face numb and your cheeks pink. Y'all shit got her nose bleeding like the cheap seats. Can't test me.
Come on.
Can't test me. I'm about to geek. Niggas is hella weak. Bitches be hella nasty, but the drink need, I'm a neat freak. Shit, I'm gonna give him a little treat to eat if the peach sweet. My homies dip the marijuana in the water, call that shit seaweed. These be the type of rhymes you probably need to reread. I just read up and then again, I guess I reread. Nigga, too bad light-skinned bitches think they reread, but only fucking come tomorrow. Only way to see me is to dream me. Like,
You foolish.
I think we need to make this a standard. People gonna have to spit when they come here. That's it.
You just set the standard.
Yeah, people gonna have to. They don't have to do equal or more.
Sahtyre, nigga, come on.
Woo. That verse fire. Was that a cool 32? I don't know what the fuck. 64.
You know,
What did we just
60.
get? Somewhere between there.
60 something.
I ain't smoked weed or done no type of drugs or had a drink in 2.5 years. I feel high as fuck after hearing that verse. You feel me?
There's some
Congratulations.
freestyle
on
in
that.
there.
That's respect.
Freestyle in there.
Just do what I do.
Nah, yeah. You,
Damn, I hope y'all paid attention. That was half the freestyle, half written right there. That shit wasn't all written. That
just
shit
doing
was
what I
not
do
all
What
written.
we doing?
Not with the kill
Mike
allegedly.
G
and
ain't
all
even
that
hear
other
that. You didn't hear that? See, I don't let nobody listen to none of it. I mean, it's on exclusive.
hey, it's called
I
style.
don't even let
That
Mike G
was
hear it.
crazy nice.
It's called
My
style.
mama
Feel
ain't
me?
even hear
Shit,
that.
that being said, man.
Love you,
shit.
fool. Any parting words before we Skype out this motherfucker?
Man, Sahtyre, motherfucking Left Brain, Mike G, Mind
thanks for having
Gone,
us again, man.
Appreciate y'all for
LSD,
coming down, man.
motherfucking Lush One, Disaster GTX.
God
Nigga,
tier podcast, you already know.
I'm battling again.
Mike
What's
Gone,
up?
man. Shout out
Fuck
my
outta here.
options, fam.
Let's do this shit.
Everybody-
Hope
I
you
do
had
it
fun.
all.
Hope this was everything you thought it would be and a little bit more.
Hey, thank y'all so much for having me. I fucking love you, nigga, for real.
Come on, love you too,
That's a
fool.
fact, yeah.
And with that being said, we about this biatch, out this biatch, out this biatch. Ooh.